Hi guys, and welcome to another comic book review. The comic books that I will be reviewing today are the comics that I purchased on March 7th, 2012. Alright, let's get right into it. Up first we have a Vertical series, and it is Fairest Issue 1. So I decided to give this series a shot. I have never read Fables before or anything. If you didn't already know, this is kind of a spin-off off of Fables. I guess Fables is about the male characters of the world. This story is kind of about the princesses of the Fables universe, and so we have Fairest Issue 1. This was a really great issue. I liked it a lot. I'm glad I gave it a chance. This issue did not really focus on a female character like I thought it would. It actually focused on this character Ali Baba, who is the Prince of Thieves. What happens in this issue is Ali Baba comes across a magical lamp, and he thinks that he's going to get a genie who can grant him 3 wishes. But he just gets a lonely bottle imp who can't really do anything for him. Anyways, the bottle imp tells Ali Baba that he has a way of him making a big treasure, and so the bottle imp leads him to where he believes there's going to be a big treasure. This whole time there's this guy that's made out of wood who is following them, and I'm not too sure who that is. It turns out that the bottle imp brings Ali Baba, the Prince of Thieves, to Sleeping Beauty. So I'm guessing that's where the next issue is definitely going to start with, focusing on Sleeping Beauty as a main character for the first story arc. So really great series. Artwork is awesome. Oh, the artwork is just amazing in this. I really liked it. So I definitely say give it a shot. I give this a buy for sure. Oh yeah! Alright, up next we have another #1 from Image Comics, and it is Hell Yeah Issue 1. I saw a preview of this online on Wednesday, the day that this comic book came out, and I actually wasn't sure that it came out the same day. I looked at it online and was like really psyched for it. When I got to the comic book shop, I saw it on the shelf and like freaked out. It's just so amazing. This book was really awesome. I'm really happy with everything that Image Comics has been selling lately, and this is no exception. Hell Yeah stars the main character right here, Benjamin Day. Benjamin Day's father is a famous Marine who actually came across the world's first superhumans. And now in this new generation, superheroes are popping up everywhere, and the majority of kids are born with powers, and they don't get their powers until they hit puberty. So it's really cool. There's lots of different superpowers everywhere, and lots of different heroes. Benjamin Day's powers are just kind of a weak power set. It's kind of just like everything is slightly enhanced for him, like his strength and speed. But it's really good. I liked the artwork in here a lot. A couple of the panels were a little bit off, but majority-wise, the artwork is really good. Great coloring, really great writing, very good, really well-told story. We get a lot of backstory in this issue of when his father actually gets saved by the superheroes, and we get a little bit of mystery of who his father and mother actually is. And it's just really good, and I really like it, and I definitely say pick it up. This would probably be my pick of the week, besides one other book, which I'll get to in a little bit. Should you buy this? Hell yeah. You just gotta buy it. Or just buy it. Once again, no Marvel this week, so let's just go right to DC. And so what we have now is issue 7 of Swamp Thing, aka my pick of the week. For those of you reading Swamp Thing, this is the first issue where we actually get Alec Holland becoming Swamp Thing. I'm just going to give it away there. This issue is just pretty much the story of Alec Holland becoming Swamp Thing for the first time. So good. Artwork is so amazing. Panel layout, so great. Every panel is drawn like it's vines, and it's amazing, and the coloring is so good. Really good coloring. Look at this cover. This cover is so cool. New DC logo. I'm a fan of the new logo. I know that this I'm 100% positive this banner is just here for probably this month to go with the new We Can Be Heroes campaign that DC is doing. So eventually we'll probably get that taken down and just have the logo here. So I like the logo. Pretty much in this issue we have Swamp Thing talking to the Parliament of Trees, and there's just kind of a back and forth of who's right and who's wrong, and in the end Alec Holland kind of wins them over, and we see the transformation, and it's just amazingly drawn out and written out. Scott Snyder he's like one of my new favorite writers. He's just so good. Everything he comes out with is amazing. I would probably say he's my second favorite writer. I don't know, like I like Darwin Cook, Mike Allred, Jeff Johns, and Scott Snyder. So he's up there with them. Scott Snyder is awesome. Scott Snyder, hey, if you watch this video by any chance, which you won't, I'm just gonna put that out there. Awesome job. Great job, Scott Snyder. Just so good, guys. If you're not picking up Swamp Thing, pick it up. Go ahead and just buy this issue if you already haven't started it, because I know that once you do buy this issue and read it, you're going to go back and want to pick up all the others. It's that good. Swamp Thing. Well, what's got Snyder? Alright, next DC book is Animal Man, issue 7. I Love You, Jeff Lemire! Yay! Jeff Lemire is awesome too. He's such a great writer as well. What happens in this issue is pretty much Animal Man is with his family in the RV and they're traveling to try and find Swamp Thing. There's a part in here that I really like where Animal Man and his son Cliff go to town to get food. I watched a review online from Ghost Critic who actually reviewed Animal Man issue 7 and said he didn't really understand why they had to show Buddy and his son Cliff go to town and get food for the family. He thought they could have just skipped over that. Now, I disagree with that because what this comic has always been about is the family dynamic between Animal Man and his family. And what I really liked about the scene that they did, it was probably actually my favorite scene in this book, and what happened is Animal Man's son Cliff comes across two girls, and one of the girls is wearing an Animal Man shirt, and he goes, "That's my father," and they don't believe him. They start making fun of him, and he gets embarrassed. So Animal Man hears this, and he comes over, and he says, "Alright son, we have to go. The Justice League just called, and they need us." And he takes him in his arms, and he flies off. It was just a really great moment between the two of them. You know, we haven't gotten a lot of moments between Buddy and his son, because this comic has been a lot about Buddy and his daughter Maxine, and we haven't gotten a lot of scenes with Buddy and his son Cliff, and this was just really great scene between them two. And there's even a part after this happens where Cliff goes, "That was awesome, Dad," and Animal Man goes, "I know, son, I know." And it just put a smile on my face. It was really great. That's what this whole series has always been about. It's been about Animal Man and his family, and I really like that aspect of this book. In this issue we get a really quick what-if story featuring Maxine and Swamp Thing fighting the Rot, and that was really cool. So I can't wait for this to cross over with Swamp Thing. They're two of my favorite DC books, and definitely give it a pick up. It's great. Alright, up next another DC, and we have issue 7 of Justice League International. One of my, this book is also just so good. It's so amazing. Dan Jurgens just knows how to write a team book, I believe. This is one of my favorite team books out there. It's up there, you know, it's so good. So what happens in this issue is the heroes that are still strong enough to be able to do anything are helping with any survivors, trying to find the rest of the Justice League International that can't be found, and they're searching and they're trying to help. And there's also this attack going on between this guy who creates light images. I will give a little bit of a spoiler here. One of the teammates on Justice League International ends up dying, and it was actually one of my favorite members of the team. So when I was reading and I found this out, oh man, I was like devastated. So one member of this team dies. At the very end of the issue, we get a new member of the team. I won't give it away, but it was really good. And yeah, so some of the members of the team are healing and some are still good to fight. Story is really good. Give it a buy. Just buy it. What? Alright, and lastly we have issue 7 of Action Comics. Now, I really haven't been feeling Action Comics lately. It was really getting me down because it started off being one of my favorite New 52 books and became one of my least favorites. So what did I think about this issue? Better. It's getting better. It's back into the normal storyline of what's going on between Superman and Brainiac. What Grant Morrison does in this issue is he explains why Superman's t-shirt and jeans look doesn't exactly make sense. Superman finally dons his Superman outfit that he's wearing in the Superman comics. Grant Morrison does a great job at making it make sense and making it realistic. This issue was better than the last previous 2 issues. In the series, Brainiac has a whole new take on him, and he looks a little bit different, but it's a really great story. It's getting better. Rags Morales is back on art duties, and he is phenomenal. Grant Morrison is doing a better job with writing Action Comics. I was never really a big Superman fan, so me picking up Action Comics was a risk, and I hope it gets better. Otherwise, I will be dropping it. But for now, I say give this issue at least a buy. So in Fairest issue 1, we have the Prince of Thieves, we have a bottle imp, a dude made out of wood, and 2 Sleeping Beauties. In Hell Yeah issue 1, we have a lot of superheroes. There's a band in this comic called All New, All Difference, and there's a lot of ass kicking. Yeah, and there's this. Double page spread. In Swamp Thing issue 7, we have Swamp Thing, guys with their heads turned around backwards. The Parliament of Trees, and Swamp Thing with wings made out of vines. In Animal Man issue 7, we have Animal Man and Son, Futuristic Animal Woman with Swamp Thing, and Rotten Animals. In Justice League issue 7, we have one of my favorite members of the team die, and also a lot of burnt bodies and death and also other stuff. In Action Comics number 7, we have a better issue than the previous 2 issues. Alright guys, that was my comic book review. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to me if you already don't. Comment, please. And I hope you guys all have a great day.